So the violone was essentially a transition instrument between the viola da gamba and the modern double bass. This instrument is a six-string instrument similar to the six-string bass viol. The instrument is tuned in D, so like the bass viol, D, G, C, E, A, D, so tuned in fourths with a third in the middle. The bow is held underhand, similar to violin. This is essentially an octave lower than the bass viol. And the instrument was used primarily in the Baroque to double the cello line an octave lower, so at 16 foot as opposed to 8 foot. And the strings are also are gut, and it has a fairly raw sound under the ear, but in an ensemble it gives a very resonant and very rich sound. And you can just demonstrate the open strings. So D and the octave D. And the modern double bass most likely evolved from an instrument like this. There are a number of variations. There's a D violone, which is this instrument. There's a G violone, which is slightly smaller, tuned in G, obviously. And there are a number of variations, both with strings, 4, 5, 6-string instruments, as well as tuning systems varied. So depending on time and place, players experimented. But it was used primarily through the Baroque, and there's a Viennese bass, which is similar and is considered a violone, but over time the modern double bass lost the frets and lost 2 strings, and which is now the modern 4-string double bass, which is tuned in fourths.